With potential injuries to Ederson and Fabian Schär, and also quite a large benching headache on our hands, we need to plan ahead for game week 36 being the Friday deadline. Do not forget that deadline. So let's waste no time and just jump straight into the video. Right, jumping straight into things with the goalkeepers. Petrovic versus Ederson. It's a clear winner that Ederson is the better goalkeeper option out of the two. However, with the uncertainty to whether Ederson will actually get the start of the Wolves game, I am more hesitant to put him in. Although from making this graphic, I have had a little thought about some information that came out. It seems that Ederson has been in first team training recently. So for me, it could be the case that Ederson actually does come to the starting lineup, and then worst case scenario, Ortega starts, would just get the other keeper from the bench. That's why it's so nice to have two quality goalkeepers on my bench and obviously playing as well, because that reversibility of both of them having decent fixtures. Of course, Petrovic, I made a last minute substitution on the wild card, Vicario out and Petrovic in, which I'm really pleased about doing because I'm quite excited for 37 for the Chelsea double. But other than that, I think Ederson could come in and Petrovic drops to the bench. But at the moment, Petrovic is starting in goal. Harry Maguire, Branthwaite and Gabriel as the back three. Really like the fixtures of all of them apart from Harry Maguire. It was, of course, the plan to play Fabian Schär, but as far as I know, he isn't going to be featured, but I'm not sure. We'll see if any other information comes out about Fabian Schär. He seems to get little knocks here and there across the season, but then just plays anyway, so possibly that could happen, but I'm just not too sure at the moment. Harry Maguire with Crystal Palace away, I just think definitely can't be a clean sheet, but he's the other defender that I've got, so I'm going to use him. Pedro Porro, Liverpool away versus Harry Maguire, Crystal Palace away. It is Harry Maguire who I would pick over him, so that's why, of course, he's starting. Branthwaite, a little bit of a late inclusion on my wildcard as well. Really happy with how Everton are playing, and obviously that's why I brought him in. Sadly, I benched him game week 35, which still is in progress at the moment, but I'm looking forward to playing him in his next fixture of Luton away. And, of course, Arsenal defender Gabriel. You can't go wrong whatsoever with a good fixture at home against Bournemouth. Arsenal defensively are fantastic, although do give cheap goals away as we've seen in the North London derby, but that is just football at the end of the day in a high pressure derby. But yeah, overall with the defence, that is how it's going to stay until we get more news on Ederson and Fabian Schär. Now, in terms of a midfield five that we've gone for Foden, Gordon, Son, Bruno Fernandes and Cole Palmer. Really happy with these five. It would be a bit of a lie to think I'm not thinking of benching Heung-min Son. I think watching him in the Arsenal game, he got heavily isolated and bullied by Gabriel and Saliba. Had a great chance but just couldn't get it on target. If he got it on target, I think that one would have went in where it went over the top of Gabriel. But we know Sonny's a good finisher, and if he does get chances like that, he normally does put them away. So that kind of hesitates me from, putting him on the bench and then putting Nicholas Jackson in the squad. It is a hard fixture, Liverpool away, but I feel as though Liverpool are actually, they've convinced themselves they're not in the title race, which they definitely aren't. I don't think it's, a viable thing where they're going to get back in the title race, but I feel as though they're going to want to play well, Liverpool, and, maybe make Klopp send off a little bit nicer than just completely bottling the rest of the season and losing all their games. I think they're going to go for it, and, that could stop Heung-min Son, but I feel as though I'll be missing out on quite a big haul if he does haul, so Heung-min Son will probably play for me. Really excited about Bruno Fernandes. Obviously created loads in the other game week, so you can kind of expect returns from him. It's whether his Man United teammates can assist him in some way in finishing those chances and those big chances he seems to be creating at the moment. Cole Palmer coming back into the Chelsea side just looks like a fantastic player. He's such a joy to watch, and maybe getting a bit more involved in the West Ham game, maybe scoring a goal or, of course, a penalty, which is why we've got in penalty taker both Son, Bruno Fernandes, Palmer. Phil Foden, another player to talk about, obviously didn't start in 35 for his fixture, so I'm getting Haaland off the bench. I am playing Foden this week, though. I do believe he's going to get minutes. Obviously, he's going to be a big part of Man City's title charge, and the way they win the league, I believe, is going to be through playing Phil Foden quite a lot. And yeah, a Wolves fixture at home. Possible captaincy option if we know he's a confirmed start, but I'm not sure we're going to get that information. Anthony Gordon, if I'm thinking of playing Nicholas Jackson, the only person I'd possibly bench is Anthony Gordon, but his ability to haul in a good fixture for Newcastle is a bit frightening, so I don't think I would do that, of course. Obviously, Burnley have a lot to play for and have points to gain over their relegation rivals that they want to beat. So, yeah, Burnley are looking for points. Newcastle also looking for points. It could be a pretty good game to watch, but I'm not sure Gordon is going to be going with a blank in that game week, despite having not the greatest away form out of the Premier League players. But yeah, overall with the midfield, I'm thinking of the 5, but it could change to a 4. And of course, the two big boys up front, Isak and Haaland. Haaland's probably the easiest captain out of all of them, but I honestly feel as though this week could be the time for a differential captain. Possibly Haaland, coming back into form, could do really well against Wolves. City looking to get a little bit of revenge, as I believe in the reverse fixture, they did get beat by Wolves away from home, if I remember correctly. So maybe a bit of revenge in there for Haaland, I suppose. But yeah, it's an easy captain. He's going to be highly owned, really high effective ownership. So if you don't captain him in and it goes wrong, and he really hauls, it really will hurt your rank. But if you go for someone else and it pays off, you're going to absolutely shoot through the roof, because a lot of people are going to be captaining Haaland this week. Bruno Fernandes, Anthony Gordon, Foden, Palmer, all big options. Maybe you could even say Isak, but with Wilson being present within the Newcastle side now, it kind of does put me off a little bit, even though it's more than likely they're going to both play at the same time on the same pitch. But that does kind of make Alexander Isak a little bit of a worse captaincy shout and overall FPL pick. But yeah, Nicholas Jackson on the bench, maybe another thing just to touch on, because we are on the forward section of the video. I do like the fixture, but I'm not sure he gets a place in the Zod. And to draw the video to an end, I just want to say a massive thank you if you're watching to this point. Now, hopefully that means you enjoy this type of content and want more of it. If so, please drop a subscribe on the channel and also like this video you have watched today. But that is everything for today's video. Thank you so much for watching again, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.